Hey folks, welcome to a very special video. In this one, I'm going to be interviewing Ates Bayraktaroglu, who is one of the main devs for Duels. I know you guys love Duels around here, and Atesh hangs out in my stream all the time, sharing fun memes and Duels knowledge. And I got to sit down and have an actual chat for 25 minutes talking about all the new stuff in Duels and just the philosophy behind a lot of the design, some top secret new stuff that's going to be broken in Duels, getting you the inside tips on what to play, and a lot more fun stuff. Lots of laughs and beards to be had in this one, so I hope you enjoy this interview. So Atesh, thanks for taking some time for us today. You know, I always have you in my Twitch chat hanging out. It's always a great pleasure. And now I actually get you over on YouTube. It's so exciting. So I guess to kick things off, I'd love to learn a little bit more about your role on the Hearthstone team and what it is you do exactly for Duels.
Yeah, so on the Hearthstone team, I'm one of the many designers, and my role encompasses more like the modes of Hearthstone. So once upon a time, that was like, every mode in Hearthstone I was involved with. As things get a little bit bigger and we're trying to put more energy into things, right? I start to get more focused. So now I'm more all duels all the time, as well as tavern brawls and fireside gatherings.
It's exciting. I love the Duels dedication. That has me hopeful for lots of fun and exciting stuff. I have to say, like, there was a great moment on stream the other day. I had we were playing that game and my opponent had Mana Storm, right, where we both had 10 mana immediately, and we both had a turn 1 Rune of the Archmage. And in chat, you wrote, like, "This is why I make Duels."
Yeah.
It's like, yes, that's so much like passion and energy and excitement for it. Like, I love that you're the steward of the mode. I have a lot of faith.
Yeah, thanks. The just to add a little bit, one of the things that we've talked about a lot when we were making Duels is like, okay, if Wild is boxing and Hearthstone is fencing, Duels is a monster truck rally. And so it's supposed to be a really high octane. So moments where it's like, we both have 10 mana and we both do some crazy things. That's really the highlight of the mode, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's great. I'm a monster truck driver. My childhood dreams were
finally
coming true.
You're welcome.
I never knew. So, okay, we're here to talk about the new stuff. We saw already that Vandar and Drekthar are coming to Duels, 2 new heroes. They have this sort of cross-class functionality where you can play as different classes for each of them. So I was just curious to hear if you could like walk us through the creation process, how you landed on this and this like crazy cross-class functionality.
So with this patch, we knew we wanted to do something that harkened to the expansion and as well as the mercenaries. I think a very clear path for us to take would have been like, hey, add 10 mercenaries into Duels, right? I think a lot of people were expecting that. In turn, I am not the card set team. And they have, they're already jiving on making their content, their cards. And so they had the heroes for the mercenaries already in standard, right? And so Brad and I looked at it a couple miles high and said, well, if we added the mercenaries, should we ban them? Do we then make it like just mercenary heroes and you get their hero powers? Maybe,
right.
So really the thing that we looked at with Drekthar and Vandar said, okay, we don't want to ban the mercenaries. We think banning legendary cards is not the greatest thing, especially like if we're banning cards so we could do something like heroes, maybe we should take a step back and think about what we're adding and why we're adding it, right? And so Drekthar and Vandar became a pretty cool conclusion to that thought process of, hey, here are these 2 leaders that both represent the mercenaries of the Alliance and the mercenaries of the Horde in the final expansion, right? So the final piece of that puzzle was us being able to do kind of class shenanigans within Duels. And we said, once we get this, we're able to then kind of go 15 feet forward and make these crazy heroes that could be one of the classes that's tied to one of their allied mercenaries.
You have me on shenanigans. Like that's all I need to hear. That's the keyword. Well, I think it's really cool for a couple of reasons. Like you get all these different combinations, like permutations of slicing hero power across all these different classes, which is cool. But also I like the fact that you almost get like a second chance to roll the class you want to play. Like if I'm a warrior player and I don't normally see warrior, it's like, oh, okay, well, Drekthar shows up, so I get kind of a second chance to play my favorite class or whatever card I'm most excited about. So I think it's both like functional and also just, of course, super fun looking as well. I'm incredibly excited to try them out, of course. So on that note, what is your favorite hero power and signature treasure combination for, let's say, Drekthar to start?
Okay, so for Drekthar,
you gotta think about it. I know there's like
so the one that I always would play test against Brad and get his goose was I would use Harness the Elements, and I would tie it with a Gift of the Heart. So the secret, right, is like if you only have that one spell, you're drawing get 4 mana crystals, and maybe you put other mana ramp there too, and so your hero power is basically like mana ramp. So I was playing like 20 mana druid, and that was fun.
Dude, by the way, we're like on the same wavelength. I'm gonna pull up a screenshot that is exactly what I have written in my notes. It's using Harness the Elements to tutor the signature treasure, Gift of the Heart, and have like also you could maybe add a solar eclipse in there to like really ramp
just
crazy.
The spicy,
yeah. So just this guaranteed super ramp for Goff. Oh, we're in the same exact brain space. That is absolutely nuts. Like, I can't wait for that one. Another one that's like maybe a little more obvious is like Devout Blessings and Battle Tactics, getting a bunch of big neutral death rattles and discounting them, playing them out super fast.
We haven't gotten to Vandar yet, Regis. We haven't gotten to. We're on Drekthar. We're on Frost Wolves, brother.
I'm too excited. Okay, on that note, then, since I skipped ahead, what about Vandar? What's your favorite combination? Don't tell me it's that one.
So, Vandar, my favorite combination. Okay. So I really like playing dragons. So Battle Tactics Priest is the thing that I like. Yeah. So it's basically Dragon Priest with an emphasis on neutral dragons. So my hero power is to get cheaper dragons.
There's nothing wrong with big dragons that are cheap.
Cheap. Yeah. I would be lying if I said I wasn't afraid of the amount of reduction we're giving some of these classes. Right? Like everybody now has access to cheaper neutrals, if provided you're in Vandar's vertical of things that he can take. But also, like promote Paladin is also just fun. Like it's just fun.
How often are you low rolling with the hero power versus high rolling? I'm curious. Does it feel good like 50% of the time, like 70% of the time? I'm a little worried of the RNG that's gonna expose me to on stream. I'm probably gonna have some real bad luck. I think you tweak the RNG behind the scenes or something.
Yeah, when I made sure to put in a clause in for like Skull of the Minari to Regis always gets it when he's not.
The anti-Regis clause, coded specifically for me. Yeah.
But the so the thing I like about promote, right, is Paladin has a lot of access to divine shields and taunts. So then that only leaves a couple keywords left.
So just to confirm, it will not roll a keyword that it already has. Is that what you're saying here?
It should not.
It should not. Okay, we'll take that for now. Yeah. Okay, that's good. I didn't know that, so that's a handy little trick. So you can almost kind of encourage it to go the direction you want, at least to some extent. That's pretty sweet.
Like divine shield, taunt, poison, pretty good.
Not too bad. I will say the other thing I was thinking about a lot is Scabs with the is it Spymaster's Gambit, the rogue signature treasure, I guess, for Vandar. I was like, man, Malagos. You can get like Mask of Mimicry, Malagos, fill your hand with Malagese. Malagese is, of course, the plural of Malagos.
Of course.
And summon a bunch of them for only 7 mana that have whatever damage spell you want, and just like blow up the opponent. Now that seems almost impossible to do, but still, something
I mean, it's well within the realm of possibilities for duels.
Anything is possible in duels. Yeah.
Just the other day, I saw somebody trying to have infinite armor with Armor Smith and Wax Rager, and so Brad and I say, well, the odds of somebody doing this is really low, but
I'm gonna
people
have to put
try
that clip in
to do that every day.
Yeah.
Spy Master's Gambit is definitely one of those treasures that it's already on our radar of things that's very strong, right? 7 mana to use your hand. We'll see. We'll see.
And to confirm, it is perma stealth, right? Not just like stealth for 1 turn.
No. It is definitely not perma stealth. No.
Okay. No. It doesn't say in the text as far as I recall. That's good to know. Okay.
Yeah.
So 1 turn stealth.
That's an oopsie.
Yeah, okay. I was wondering, I was like, man, that is really, really shenanigan-y, even for duels. So, okay, so we got some memes, some pretty cool ideas. So that said, what do you think is going to be the strongest like deck or like treasure combination of all the new stuff? Is it Spy Master's Gambit or something else? The scary thing.
Promise, Brad, I wouldn't say it, but that's too bad. So War Master's Frenzy is very strong, right?
Okay.
It's whirlwind the board, right? And so if you wildfire it, it's that's
what I talked about in my reveal videos. It's great.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So I think that's gonna be a very basically Mage Drekthar. I know like a lot of people are doing Hero Power Mage right now. And so it's kind of cool to give them like, hey, here's a 4th hero power for your hero power mage, or 3rd, right? Because a lot of people are stacking damage, and damage on your secrets isn't super helpful. But yeah, so that combo.
And it's also gonna pump Mordresh like immediately.
Oh yeah,
one button press, Mordresh is done. Like okay.
So that one's I think is going to be very strong. But I'm also a huge fan of the pure neutrals. I think the pure neutrals are also like the hero powers for them are pretty powerful, right? And also like the spell, the treasures for the Horde and for the Alliance. Those basically translate to shuffle 15 cards into your deck that are find an answer. Like, because you discover a spell of one of the classes. So super, I think, very powerful.
Yeah, is one of those better discovers on average, you think, than the other for Drekthar versus Vandar? Because I was thinking like, Warlock and Mage, maybe it's like some good removal, for instance. And then there might be others that are more damage focused, like Hunter versus Demon Hunter. Do you find one is more successful than the other? Or is it more about like the hero powers and supporting pieces?
I think the hero powers and supporting pieces are really going to be the strength of that archetype.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think kind of against your point, Vandar has access to both Paladin and Priest, and Priest has a lot of control tools. So I mentioned Paladin because they have a lot of really like powerful spells to juice your dudes, juice your minions.
Making big dudes.
Big dudes. That's this
is Paladin's story, yeah. So you said pure neutral. If I recall, pure cards for pure Paladin were only class cards. Shouldn't we be calling them impure neutrals or some sort of counter to being pure? I don't know. Seems like we need a name there. We'll have to sort that out.
Yeah. We'll reconvene on that one.
Yeah, I need tips for YouTube thumbnails, okay? Like I need good, easy stuff to work with. So, okay, my next question here is, this might be a tough one. What's going to be the like most difficult signature treasure to like build some kind of crazy meme or weird deck or like some kind of challenge I can overcome? I basically want you to like issue me a challenge here that I can take to my grave because I'll never complete it, but at least I could try and beam on it a few times here and there.
Well, I mean, I think the simple answer is either battle tactics and war commands, but don't have any neutral cards. So I guess pick your poison on that one, Chief. But
yeah, man, that's not fair. That's that's cheating. Something that's still in the spirit, but but tough.
I think that Burgle Paladin is pretty cool. Like
Burgle
Paladin. Yeah.
So the Burgle hero power.
I don't think. By the way, I don't think it's very weak. I just think like it's a very cool build around. It's like you're using your hero power to summon a minion that generates a card based off of your opponent's class, and your Paladin, which is like normally in traditional Hearthstone, your hero power is 2 mana, summon a 1/1.
Right.
In Duels, it's 2 mana, summon, a 2/2 that gets you something.
You're evolving it to the next level, yeah, but still have some inherent synergies there. I guess on that note, quick question: will the Paladin questline interact with any of these hero powers, like upgrading it or any of that stuff? That's probably a no, I'm guessing.
No,
I'm not even sure on the wording yet.
No,
just setting people's expectations.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, guys. No,
don't waste your time trying that one. Yeah. So Burgle Paladin, that's actually kind of a hilarious name. Just the theme of that is so funny to me for some reason. Like,
they're super noble and they're just taking. Yeah.
That's kind of me, honestly. All right, so let's talk about some of the balance changes coming to duels. Some stuff getting nerfed, say like Shadow Word Void. People are gonna be pretty excited about it, I think. Paladin Sword. So a few others. Of course, you guys all have the details, but can you walk us through the ones you think are going to be the most impactful? Like what's going to have the biggest change? Which decks are going to be altered the most based on those changes?
So I think Priest is going to feel like it got hit the hardest.
Really? Just from that one change?
Well, because we're also banning Shadow Word Void. Wait, never mind. I misspoke. What's it? Embrace the Shadows. We're banning Embrace the Shadows.
Okay. I was like,
yeah. We're banning Embrace the Shadows for Priest.
Sure.
And a lot of people have expressed grief towards this combo. I too have been victim of this combo. Everything we have seen has pointed to this combo is not fun. So we're banning that, right? I think that the other thing that's going to feel pretty different to play against is Hunter, because the mana nerf to Deathstrider in tandem with the banning of Expedited Burial for Hunter is going to be like it's going to slow him down quite a bit. And real quick, back on the Priest. They're also no longer able to get Mantle of Ignition.
Smooth. Yeah, Mantle of Ignition. Yeah. Mantle being limited is going to be nice. Yeah, I'm thrilled Priest is coming down a little bit. I also thought Bruising for Warrior going to 1 mana. I think it's Bruising, right? Yeah, I feel like that's going to add up too. Like that 0 mana hero power always felt so tough to play into sometimes. Like, I just can't play minions. Having them lose a little tempo along the way to take advantage of that seems like it's going to be pretty big deal. So I thought it was really cool, by the way, how you kind of asked for community feedback for cards that felt bad and weighed community feedback for balance changes. I think that's really awesome.
Yeah.
So passives, we're getting new passives as well. Which one am I going to be able to meme with the most? Which passive am I going to have the best videos for, I guess I should say.
So I think Sunstrider's Crown. It had very high capacity for shenanigans. Before it was not in ultra rare, and like very recently, Brad and I were in a meeting, and we were talking about like the future of duels, and we were like, oh man, good thing Sunstrider's Crown is ultra rare, and we're like, yeah, good thing it's ultra rare. That anytime you get to have huge mana cheating, it opens crazy opportunities to do bizarre things.
Right.
The other thing that's hilarious is Unstable Magic. The art on Unstable Magic is Probably my favorite piece of art we've ever had.
And like turning Rattlegores into sheep is always like, that's
Hilarious.
It's a high
That's
upside.
the dream. Yeah, that's the dream.
I'm like nervous about a fireball every turn with Flames of the Kirin Tor. Like it's probably not
fine.
actually that good, but it's
Probably
just
fine.
like something about my brain is like, oh god, a fireball every turn. Oh, that's cannot be fine. But 4 mana is a lot in duels, so
it's almost infinite mana. Like it's
yeah.
yeah.
It takes a while to add up. And then heavy armor I wanted to talk about. Like this is like only taking 1 damage at a time. Like does that ever break the game? I feel like just getting a lot of armor and life gain, and like it seems like the potential here is pretty nuts. I just want to hear your experiences with that one.
Yes.
Just the subtle nod of the head is all
so
it takes.
heavy armor is a bit of an experiment, right? We tend to break rules in duels all the time. This is a very big rule we're breaking. We're kind of like duels breaks the rules of Hearthstone and makes its own rules, but this breaks the rules of duels because
and totally extra layer. I love it.
Yeah, but like as you're progressing, you're only gonna have 10 life. This is a very strong treasure. There is something I want to call out. If you have armor, you will take full damage when you have armor. It's only when it's dealing damage to your health. Earlier iterations, earlier play tests, that is how it was, where it was every time just one. And Brad and I would have insanely long games of like
no joke. Yeah, you get up to
Mantle of Ignition Paladin versus Heavy Armor Warrior, and it was just bizarre. So only works against life. If you have armor, you're able to knock it down.
Okay, still pretty cool though. Like any healing effects are gonna just be nuts.
Any healing is crazy.
That's probably like the one I'm most excited to play, honestly. I don't know if it'll hold up for long-term excitement, but for like first try, like that seems so cool. Maybe,
maybe everybody's arcane missiles get ready.
Mask of Cthulhu. Whoops. It's like, crap, I'm dead. Turn 1 mask, I'm dead. Shoot. Okay, so those are all really exciting passes, by the way. Like I think they're gonna be super fun. They all add so much feel and flavor to the game and change the way things look so much. So Atesh, I think that's going to wrap it up for our duels chat for now. It's been very fun, but before I let you go, I just have to ask, are there any shout outs or thoughts or ways the community can reach out to you and share their feedback or appreciation? I know people love talking about duels, and we're always curious how we can engage.
Yeah, so as far as shout outs, so sorry if I miss anyone. But obviously the duels team, Brad, you are the wind beneath my wings. Wow. But as far as the community, I think I have to mention Team America. PJ has been a huge pillar in the duels community. Chrome, Croak, all those folks, joining the conversation, making duels great. That's one of the parts that makes duels so fun to make. As far as joining the conversation, it's pretty easy. I'm on Twitter almost all the time. I mean, I'm on Twitter. I'm working, but you know what I mean.
We've had chats on Twitter, yeah.
Yeah. But I like to think that the duels community is very approachable, but also the dialogue we have of making duels is pretty open. So hit me up on Twitter with your feedback, thoughts. Anybody thinks that, hey, this treasure is great or horrible, I want to know. So I'm on Twitter at TA Bayrak, and that's I try to make it as approachable as possible.
Yeah, well, that's great. I'll drop a link, by the way, for everybody down there in the description and comments and such to find you. You're going to get a lot of messages. You're probably going to get sick of it, but that's okay. That's okay. We really do appreciate you, though, being both such a great steward for the game and being a part of the community. I think Duels is in a really cool spot, and it seems like it just keeps getting better. So thank you for making all of that possible. Thank you very much for spending some time with us today, and best of luck out there in the new world of Duels.
Yeah, anytime, and have fun, right?
All right. Thanks, Atesh, man. Yeah, thanks to Atesh for sitting down and having that chat with us. It was really nice. Clearly has a lot of passion and love for duels, which is always exciting to see. I'll put those links I mentioned down in the description if you want to head over to his Twitter and read some thoughts on duels. Be nice. By God, don't send any harassment. But if you have cool thoughts or feedback, of course, I'm sure he'd love to hear it. So that said, leave any thoughts, comments, questions down below. I'll do my best to answer it. But until then, thanks so much for watching. And until next time, game on.